Revenge films.
I've been married for 2 years to my wife, Maxine. We never fought, and we were doing well. She was not pretentious and naturally cheerful. Life was good. She was a housewife, and her daily life was focused on supporting me, which made me happy. I thought that would last forever, but we didn't know someone in our social circle was playing devil's advocate. It was Ellen, Maxine's friend from high school. Ellen started working at my company coincidentally and was a good worker. But she told Maxine a false rumor behind my back. It started one Sunday. I asked Maxine to go for lunch as usual, but she was in a bad mood and said no. It never happened before, so I knew something was bothering her and asked her. Then, out of the blue, she said,
I heard you're getting cozy with a young woman in your office.
I'm not a chit-chat type, and I don't like making small talk with women. I don't talk to female employees in the office unless I need to. Getting cozy? With who? So I told her, and she said,
You're lying. Ellen told me everything.
She said Ellen messaged her frequently about how I was doing in the office. They all made her worry. I couldn't find the actions anything but malicious. I explained to Maxine many times and in many ways that they were all lies, but my words didn't convince her. I let it go until it resurfaced. This time, the rumor was that I disappeared with a female employee during a company get-together, and Maxine was furious. Again, I told her many times, I would never, ever do that! Why can't you believe me? But she just said,
How could you cheat on me?
And ran out of the house crying. She went to her parents' house and told them that I had cheated on her. Then her parents stormed in, to which I kept saying I didn't do anything, but it seemed to fall on deaf ears. I couldn't be quiet about this any longer and called up Ellen the next morning to question her. What the heck have you been doing to my wife?
That was only a joke. Did Maxine take it for real?
She said this laughing. Maxine surely tends to believe what people say, but the joke was terrible. I told Ellen to stop the bad jokes and tell Maxine that they were all lies Ellen made up. Then she said,
Okay.
Laughing again. I didn't like her reaction, but I thought this would clear up the doubt and we would be back to normal. But we didn't go back the way we were. She came back from her parents, but she was still in a bad mood and said things like,
Did you have fun at the office with a young girl?
When I came home, which became a daily thing. I thought, why do I have to be accused of these things when I didn't do anything wrong? Then, gradually, going home became painful to me. One day when I came home, Maxine was standing right at the door. She thrust her phone at me saying,
You want to explain this to me?
There were photos of me and a female employee having a friendly conversation that were taken to make us look like an intimate couple.
Aren't they proof of cheating?
She was angry. I knew immediately it was Ellen, so Ellen said they were all jokes to her.
In what part is a joke to you? You're definitely flirting.
She didn't listen to me at all. Why do you believe everything Ellen says and nothing I say?
You're the one who's wrongdoing and you yell at me? You disgust me.
Then she took out something from her purse, which was a divorce application. She signed the paper in front of me and said,
I am filing for divorce, you cheater.
She packed her bag and left. At that moment, I wondered, what was all this time I was working hard to support my wife? It didn't make sense to me at all for her to bring up divorce out of something completely fictitious, but at that point I couldn't stand being accused of something I'd never done anymore. After much consideration, I decided to go along with Maxine's wishes and signed the divorce. I had plenty of things to say to Ellen beforehand, but she was taking a few weeks off for her family matters, and I didn't have a chance to confront her. Just the divorce went ahead. Maxine demanded compensation for adultery, and her parents called me names. I was devastated. Then Ellen came back to the office after a few weeks. She heard about our divorce from others and came up to me upset. She said, even though people were around,
Did you really get a divorce?
"Yeah, thanks to you. Are you happy now?"
It was all a joke. I can't believe you really got divorced.
She said she was sorry, but of course I didn't accept her apologies and told her to tell Maxine the truth. After work, I took Ellen to my parents-in-law's house.
I'm sorry, he never cheated on you. That was all stuff I made up.
She apologized to Maxine, crying.
You have to explain to me.
Then Ellen confessed that she was jealous of Maxine, who was her high school friend and got married first. She said she was being mischievous.
Are you saying we had no reason to divorce?
Maxine looked at me and said, her parents said, "Oh, great, the case is closed. Just pack your things and go back to him." But I refused firmly. They didn't believe me no matter how much I denied and explained to them, but verbally abused me and cursed me over and over again. If they were expecting me to forget everything they said and did, no, I couldn't. Maxine said,
It was foolish of me to not believe you. Please reconsider.
but that didn't change how I felt. Now, Maxine and her parents were angry at Ellen, and she said to me,
I'll never do that again. Please get back with her or they'll hate me forever.
but I just shook my head and left the house. Later, Maxine came up with the idea of suing Ellen for damages. Ellen didn't want to make the problem bigger. She agreed to pay Maxine the high price. Ellen's savings hit the bottom, and she willingly started working overtime. But it didn't end there. Once what she did to me was spread around the office, they started avoiding her, and soon she was all alone in the office. Ellen couldn't take it anymore and resigned a month later. Maxine also told the whole thing to her old friends, and Ellen lost all her friends. She's now working in a factory while living in the company dormitory. Maxine blamed herself for not believing me and stayed home depressed. Her parents contacted me saying she would become mentally ill and begged me to reconsider. I flatly refused and asked them not to contact me ever again. After Ellen left the office, my stress was gone and I focused on my work more than ever. I was recognized and promoted to a position in the headquarters recently. I also got a raise, so I plan to move to a nicer apartment and enjoy a single life. This got my confidence up and made me feel positive, and I even started thinking about a new girlfriend. But I never want to repeat the mistake, so if I were to marry again, I would have to observe the person very carefully.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.